A very warm welcome to all of you. ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਿਲਿੰਗਡਨ ਐਡਵਾਈਸ ਤੋਂ ਖਾਸ ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਰਹਿਣਗੇ। ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ ਵਿਵੀਅਨ ਓਲੂਕਾ who is a project lead and advisor for food bank project Citizens Advice Hillingdon। ਸੋ ਫੂਡ ਬੈਂਕ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੀ ਹੋਈ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟਸ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਵਿਵੀਅਨ ਨਾਲ ਮੇਰੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ ਔਰ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗੇਗਾ ਕਿ ਉੱਥੇ ਤਰਜਮਾ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ, ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਣ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਵਾਪਸ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਂਝੀ ਕਰਾਂਗੀ। ਸੋ ਹਿਲਿੰਗਡਨ ਐਡਵਾਈਸ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਟਾਈਮ 'ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਇਸ ਮਾਧਿਅਮ ਦੇ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵੱਖਰੀ ਵੱਖਰੀ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦੇਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਬੁਲਾਰੇ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਅਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਫੂਡ ਬੈਂਕ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਹੈ। ਆਪਾਂ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਇਸ ਗੱਲ 'ਤੇ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੰਗਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਔਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗ ਹੋਣ ਜਾਂ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਇਕ ਤੰਗੀ ਹੋਵੇ ਜਾਂ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਹੋਣ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲਾਂ ਆ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਨਾਲ ਹੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਪਰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਐਸੇ ਲੋਕ ਨੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਲੰਗਰ ਬਾਰੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਜਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਧਰਮ ਨਾਲ ਸੰਬੰਧਿਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ, ਪਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਮਦਦ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ। So joining us to talk about the food bank project is Vivian Uluka. She leads the project and she's advisor for that particular food bank project at Citizens Advice Hillingdon. A very warm welcome to you, Vivian, on Akash Radio. I hope you're well.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for having us. It's great to be here.
It's a pleasure.
I hope you will too.
Yes, we will enjoy our conversation, I'm sure. But before we start, it would be lovely if you can briefly introduce yourself and Citizen Advice and what you do there.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you. Okay, I'll just start by explaining a little bit about Citizens Advice, and then I'll explain about the food bank project.
Yes, please.
Citizens Advice Hillingdon is part of the National Citizens Advice Network. Since 1939, Citizens Advice Hillingdon has provided trusted advice and specialist care within the community. We continue to provide free, independent and specialist advice. We have focusing on the 3 projects that we have, including the food bank. Just to give an example of the nature of work and how we've helped clients, in 2023 alone, our team assisted approximately 10,000 residents in Hillingdon,
wow,
addressing 12,000 issues, and raising clients additional income of 1.42 million through benefit and charitable support.
Oh, that's very impressive. That's a very impressive number.
Yeah. And in terms of the food bank project, which I'm the project lead for, the Food Bank Advice Project is a partnership between Citizens Advice Hillingdon and the Hillingdon Food Bank. We are funded by the Trust. They're an anti-poverty charity that have a community of food banks in the country. While food parcels provide immediate help during a crisis, we know that food bank use is often linked to wider issues such as benefit problems, debt, or housing difficulties, or just the general cost of living. So our project not only provides food bank vouchers, but for those that are given a food voucher, we also offer advice and support to help people address those challenging issues and also improve their long-term financial stability.
I think this is very interesting because, as you mentioned, there are complex problems. It's not just anyone who needs food will come to the door, isn't it? Mm-hmm. There are multitude of problems. So what are the most common kind of problems that people come to you with?
Sure. The common issues tend to be around the cost of living. So people may be experiencing financial hardship, difficulties with meeting essential living expenses, priority bills such as gas, electricity, housing costs, and council tax. This could be due to low income or insecure employment. Those maybe who are working for an agency, debt repayments as well, meaning that they have less disposable income to keep up with their debt repayments. or experiencing financial shocks such as a loss of employment or long-term health issues. So that can impact them. Other issues as well, debts. The most common debts that people do come to see us about tend to be around rent arrears, council tax debt, gas and electricity as well, and other utility debts as well. Also consumer debts around credit cards, personal loans. This could be because people are reliant on credit and borrowing to cover household bills and food. So they get into difficulty and need support. As well as that, there's welfare benefits involving challenging benefit decisions regarding universal credit, work capability assessments, or personal independence decisions as well. So we can help, they need support with appealing the decision. And also, people may not know which benefits they're entitled to. They may be in financial difficulty and just want to know what financial support is available, what benefits they can claim. So they need a holistic benefit check and support with making applications such as universal credit or personal independence payment or council tax reduction. And as well as that, there's housing problems as well around renting from private landlords, poor housing conditions, disrepair in the property, rent increases and unaffordability of rents if the landlords increase the rent, homelessness applications as well if the landlord takes possession action. So they may need support around knowing what their rights are, what are their options, and how to navigate the homelessness application.
Oh, so there is a string of things that you help people with. I think I'm going to just break it down in Punjabi for our audiences, just in case they've missed something. ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਕਵਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਹੈ ਹਿਲਿੰਗਡਨ ਐਡਵਾਈਸ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਸਟ ਆਫ ਲਿਵਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੈ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਕੋਈ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮਸ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਕੋਈ ਡਿਫਿਕਲਟੀਜ਼ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਐਵਰੀਡੇ ਲਿਵਿੰਗ ਐਕਸਪੈਂਸਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ, ਬਿਲਸ ਵਿੱਚ, ਯੂਟਿਲਿਟੀ ਬਿਲਸ ਵਿੱਚ, ਘਰਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਜਾਂ ਕੈਂਸਲ ਟੈਕਸ ਦੇ ਮਸਲਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ, ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਇਨਕਮ ਘੱਟ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਇੰਪਲੋਇਮੈਂਟ ਸਿਕਿਉਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ, ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਡੈਟ ਰੀਪੇ ਕਰਨੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਣਾ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਘੱਟ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਇਨਕਮ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਜੇਕਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਇੰਪਲੋਇਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਅਸਰ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਲੌਂਗ ਟਰਮ ਹੈਲਥ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਅਸਰ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ, ਅਤੇ ਉਸ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਸਿਟੀਜ਼ਨਸ ਐਡਵਾਈਸ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਦਦ ਲਈ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਡੈਟ ਦੀ ਖਾਸ ਗੱਲ ਇਹ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ 'ਤੇ ਕਿਰਾਇਆ ਚੜ੍ਹ ਗਿਆ, ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿਰਾਇਆ ਇਕੱਠਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾਏ ਆਪਣੇ ਲੈਂਡਲੋਰਡ ਨੂੰ, ਉਹ ਕਾਮਨ ਡੈਟ ਹੈਗਾ ਜਿਸ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਲਈ ਲੋਕ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੈ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਕਾਊਂਸਲ ਟੈਕਸ ਦਾ ਡੈਟ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ 'ਤੇ ਜੇ ਚੜ੍ਹ ਗਿਆ, ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਗੈਸ ਜਾਂ ਇਲੈਕਟ੍ਰੀਸਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਬਿੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੇ ਕਰ ਸਕੇ ਹੋ, ਵਾਟਰ ਦਾ ਬਿੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੇ ਕਰ ਸਕੇ ਹੋ, ਯੂਟਿਲਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਬਿਲਸ 'ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੇਣ 'ਚ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ। ਹੋਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਡੈਟਸ ਨੇ, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਐਵਰੀਡੇ ਡੈਟਸ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ, ਕੋਈ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਕਾਰਡ 'ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਡੈਟ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਕੋਈ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਲੋਨ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੇ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ, ਜਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਸ 'ਤੇ ਡਿਪੈਂਡ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਖਾਣਾ ਪਾਣੀ ਵੀ ਖਰੀਦਣ ਲਈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਲੈਣਾ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ ਜਾਂ ਕੁਝ, ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ। ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਲ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟ, ਉਹਦੀ ਐਡਵਾਂਸ ਲੋਨ ਰੀਪੇਮੈਂਟ ਡੈਟਸ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਲਾਹ ਦੇ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਈਨ ਪੋਸਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ। ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੈਲਫੇਅਰ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟਸ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਹੈ, ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਇੰਝ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਨਫ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਲ ਕ੍ਰੈਡਿਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਜਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਅਸੈਸਮੈਂਟ ਸਹੀ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ, ਅਤੇ ਉਹ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਚੈਲੰਜ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਏ। ਸੋ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟ ਡਿਸੀਜਨ ਨੂੰ ਚੈਲੰਜ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਲਈ। ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਕੋਈ ਡਿਸੇਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਵਾਲਾ ਪਰਸਨ ਹੈਗਾ, ਉਹਦੀ ਪਿਪ ਜਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਇੰਡੀਪੈਂਡੈਂਸ ਪੇਮੈਂਟ ਹੈਗੀ, ਉਹਦੇ ਡਿਸੀਜਨ ਨੂੰ, ਉਹਦੀ ਅਸੈਸਮੈਂਟਸ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਮਦਦ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ। ਔਰ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਇੰਝ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟਸ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੈ, ਔਰ ਉਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਐਪਲੀਕੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ। ਹਾਊਸਿੰਗ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਮਦਦ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ, ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜੇ ਪ੍ਰਾਈਵੇਟ ਲੈਂਡਲੋਰਡਸ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਿਲ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਘਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੰਡੀਸ਼ਨ ਪੂਰ ਹੈ, ਰਿਪੇਅਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਸਿਰ, ਬਾਰ-ਬਾਰ ਰੈਂਟ ਇਨਕਰੀਜ਼ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੈ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅਫੋਰਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਪਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਜਾਂ ਲੈਂਡਲੋਰਡ ਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਘਰੋਂ ਕੱਢਣ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਹਿਤੀ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਐਵਿਕਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਹਿਤੀ ਹੈ। ਹਾਲਾਂਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨਵੇਂ ਰੈਂਟਰਸ ਰਾਈਟ ਆਏ ਆ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰੀਵੈਂਟ ਕਰਨਗੇ, ਪਰ ਹਿਲਿੰਗਡਨ ਐਡਵਾਈਸ ਵਾਲੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ, ਸਿਟੀਜ਼ਨ ਐਡਵਾਈਸ ਹਿਲਿੰਗਡਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਸੋ ਵਿਵਨ it is quite a long list of things that you help people with. So if they were to get in touch with you, so for example, if they want to get in touch with you regarding food bank or the kind of people who come to you for food bank help, so how do they contact you? That's, I think, the first thing we need to tell people. How do they reach out to you? Where and how?
Sure, absolutely. The first step, yes, is to contact us. Listeners can call our advice line. I can provide the number on 0808 278 7893, or they can also send an email to the project email address. All the information is on our website, which is www.hillingdoncab.org.uk. We'll then do an assessment to see what support they need, and then issue a voucher and book an appointment if they need further support and advice. Listeners can also call the National Help Through Hardship helpline to get a food voucher. That number is 0808 208 2138. And people using the Hillingdon Food Bank can then book an appointment with one of our advisors. So they'll either be referred to the project, or they'll be given the details of how to make contact with us on our advice line, and then, yes, we can assist them further.
So you did mention that, Hillingdon Citizens Advice has helped about 10,000 people. How many people on an average in terms of food bank project have you reached out to?
In terms for our project, so I'll give you an example. For the last quarter, there were about 183. So for the last 3 months quarter, 183 people that reached out and needed help with the food support and other issues, like, as I mentioned, with their rent, housing, benefits, etc.
ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਵਿਵਿਅਨ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਫੂਡ ਦੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਲੈਣ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਫੂਡ ਕੋਈ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੰਗਣ ਚਲਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਉਹਦੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਰੀਜ਼ਨਸ ਹੁੰਦੇ। ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਸਟ ਆਫ ਲਿਵਿੰਗ ਕ੍ਰਾਈਸਿਸ ਹੋਵੇ, ਕੋਈ ਹੈਲਥ ਜਾਂ ਡਿਸੇਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਕ੍ਰਾਈਸਿਸ ਹੋਵੇ। ਸੋ I think the best thing, Vivian, what you said was you are there to also, when people come for food vouchers, you're there to help them with other things, for them to understand, or probably where and why they need this help. I think this is really important to underline here, that you just don't give them food vouchers, but you also look at the factors that have led to food poverty, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, it helps people move beyond immediate crisis support, as you said, by tackling debt, improving household income, resolving the benefit or housing issues. So in that way, we can reduce repeat reliance on food banks and help people build a more secure future for themselves and their families and feel empowered. So absolutely, it's the more of a holistic support that is out there. Yes.
Yeah, that is so good to know, because it's not like a one-stop shop for food, but it can actually help you through the crisis, and that's what Hillingdon Advice is doing. In terms of food vouchers, what do they look like? Is there an amount on it, or does it say where you can go and get it? Is it attached to certain retail shops? What kind of food vouchers are these?
No, so the food with the different food centres, the food is donated, so it's mainly non-perishable items. So when they get the voucher, it just gives information on the household, and it has a voucher code, so they can then go to the relevant location centres to pick up the food parcel. So it's not something that they can use at a supermarket. No, this is because it's a charity based.
Yeah.
They have locations around the Hillingdon area. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a non-judgmental. They're there to support people during difficulties. Yeah.
I think this is really important because, sometimes shame is attached to people seeking help, which is really sad because, no one out of their own will go and ask for help if they could do it themselves. So I think it's important, as you said, it's non-judgmental space, and you give them the food vouchers that they can go out and then reach to the places who offer that. So how many food banks are associated with you? And as you said, they are across Hillingdon. Do you know how many and where? So say, for example, if someone from Hayes received those food vouchers, they would have a place near them who was...
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The Hillingdon Food Bank, they have, I believe, 6 locations in the Hillingdon area.
Okay.
So they have obviously Hayes, Axbridge and Northwood and the Ruislip area as well. So they can reach different communities within the borough. Yes.
Oh, that's really helpful to know.
And closer to where,
Yeah. So are these locations also available on your website? If they were looking up, they would know. Or when they come to you for vouchers, you can then signpost to the nearest one to them.
That's correct. When they come to us, we can then signpost them to the nearest one. Yes. But information on the nearest food banks are on the Hillingdon Food Bank website. The different locations. Yeah. But we'll just make sure that whatever location we send them to is nearer to their home. Yes. Okay. So that at least it's easier for them to get to. Yes.
And are these vouchers given to them on a monthly basis or weekly basis, or is it like needs-based thing, like, if they only need it for a week or so?
It's needs-based. Obviously, the clients that we see have the circumstances are different. Some may need it just a one-off voucher. If, for example, they're waiting for their benefit payment, or if there's a delay, a delay with the benefit payment or delayed wages, or some may need it long-term if there's other various issues that we're assisting them with. So in most cases, it's monthly and between fortnightly or monthly. Yes, just depending on the needs of the household. Yeah.
You did mention that this is supported by Trussell Trust, the Anti-Poverty Trust, which actually supports a lot of causes around poverty. If anyone wanted to donate non-perishable items to any of your areas, are they able to do that? Can people make monetary or non-perishable food item donations to you as well, or do you only take it through the trust?
It will be through the Trussell Trust. So they can go on the Trussell Trust website, and there's information on how to donate food to the nearest food bank centre, or also to donate monetary as well. Yeah, so they can go on their website. Okay. Or they can contact the local food bank centre in the area and also make donations directly as well.
So if you had, you did say you have 6 locations across Hillingdon, could people make donations there, or do they have to reroute through Trussell Trust?
No, they can make directions directly
donations
to the food bank. Yes,
well.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is good to know, because there could be some people who can afford and who would want to help. ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਫੂਡ ਬੈਂਕ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟਸ ਦੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹਿਲਿੰਗਡਨ ਫੂਡ ਬੈਂਕ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟ ਦੀ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਤੇ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ. ਡਿਫਰੈਂਟ ਲੋਕੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਨੇ ਅਕ੍ਰੋਸ ਹਿਲਿੰਗਡਨ, 6 ਲੋਕੇਸ਼ਨਸ. ਇਟਸ ਇੰਟਰਸਟਿੰਗ ਯੂ ਆਲਸੋ ਮੈਂਸ਼ਨ Northwood and north of the borough, which is usually seen as an area where people are, they are more well off than people south of the borough where we see more poverty. It is interesting that it does mean that anything can hit anyone anywhere, isn't it?
Absolutely. People's circumstances can change, whether it's loss of employment or ill health or relationship breakdown. That can absolutely affect people's finances, and that's when they can get into difficulties and need support. Yes.
And have you seen people? Do you think number of people coming to food banks has increased over time, or is it going down now? Or what has your experience been like? Have you been with this project for a while, so you can make that comparison, or no?
Sure, it's since 2003. That's when the project started. And yes, unfortunately, the use of the food banks has increased due to the cost of living, benefit changes, the gas and electricity prices. We see a lot of people with energy debt, council tax debt as well, rent arrears due to increases in rent, which causes affordability issues. So unfortunately, yes, people are relying more on food banks just to get further food support, because the money that they may have available will go towards paying bills, and they're left with little available income to provide.
It would be interesting, because what interests me is that you help people on various things. So could you give us some examples? So if, say, someone was stuck with housing issue or whatever, or some case study without naming names, that you thought that you've made huge difference to the lives of those people. If you could share some stories, because what happens is when we're having this conversation, maybe people may not actually gather what exactly the help is entailed. But if you could share some stories of the people you help, then it's easier for people to see how they can get help as well if they were in a similar situation, just to help them visualize in that sense.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, the majority of clients that come to see us have multiple issues. An example of this is a client I recently dealt with, living in rented accommodation, contacted our advice line after becoming unemployed and was experiencing financial hardship. They had a chronic health condition which limited their ability to sustain suitable employment, and the income was always sporadic because of taking time off work. So at the time of contacting our service, they were in receipt of some benefits, but they were struggling to meet essential living costs, especially with their rent, because they had a rent shortfall to pay. So we assisted them with applying for a discretionary housing payment, which is now referred to as the Crisis and Resilience Fund, to get help towards their rent shortfall, which meant that they were able to then stabilize their housing situation and not get further into or getting into any rent arrears. So that helped them. And as well as that, we applied for made an application for a crisis fund just to help with additional food support as well. And this particular client also had a large amount of debt. They were making payments when they were working, but obviously when they stopped working, they got into difficulty and needed help negotiating affordable arrangements with the creditors to prevent further enforcement action. And one actually creditor agreed to write off a debt, so that reduced the indebtedness. And with the reduced affordable repayments that we managed to get, they were able to pay their debts off at an affordable amount without adding additional financial pressure as well. So with access to grant funding and discretionary support and helping negotiate payment plans with the creditors, that, as I said, helped reduce financial pressure and further enforcement action. So yes, an example of the kind of holistic advice that we can support people with. Yeah. So it's never just one issue. It can be multiple issues as well.
Multiple. Yeah. So does that also mean that people can come to you over time? So you've seen people who have come to you for one thing, but helping them has taken, say, a few weeks or months on end. So how do they stay connected with you, or how do you keep an eye on their situation?
Okay, so we deal also, we take on the case work and provide them support until their journey until we resolved their issue, or provided them with all the advice and information that they need. They can make in contact with myself via the email. So we give them an email so they have regular contact with us, and then we keep up to date and follow up with them. So it's not just a one-off, we continue to follow up with them until the issue is resolved. Yeah.
Vivian, it's hats off to you and your team at Hillingdon Advice, who are doing absolutely brilliant work for the community. And I think it takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there, because some of the people who are in distress, maybe they can take your help for granted. I don't know in what state of mind they come to you with some of, I don't know what kind of, for frontline people like ourselves, as a counselor also, I've seen people who, if they are upset, they can take it out on you. Have you seen those situations where advice people have had to deal with behaviors like that from people who needed help, but then they were so frustrated that they took it out on you?
It's understandable when clients come to see us. They're experiencing so many, going through so many maybe difficult situations. But for the majority of clients, they're grateful that they can get support and help once they make contact with us. So, no, we don't. Yeah.
No, that's brilliant. It's so good to know. And the fact that you are out there and you are helping people with so many things that they struggle with, I think it's absolutely amazing for all that you and your team do. So a big applause, everyone, for Hillingdon's Advice and Vivian, who is supporting their food project, which is so brilliant. And if you want to reach out to her, you can reach out on 0808 278 7893. Hillingdon Food Project no या Hillingdon Citizen Advice no reach ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਹੈ www.hillingdoncab.org.uk. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਨੰਬਰ ਹੈ 0808 278 7893. Thank you so much, Vivian, for taking time out today and telling us about the amazing project you do. We wish you and your team at Hillingdon Advice very, very well. And I hope to speak to some of you soon about other things that matter to the members of the community. Thank you for your time today.
Okay, thank you very much for having us. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
And you. ਇਹ ਸਾਂਝੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਅਮੇਜ਼ਿੰਗ ਵਿਵੀਅਨ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਹਿਲਿੰਗਡਨ ਐਡਵਾਈਸ ਤੋਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜ ਰਹੇ ਸਨ। ਹਿਲਿੰਗਡਨ ਐਡਵਾਈਸ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਉਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਜਨਰਲੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਿਟੀਜ਼ਨ ਐਡਵਾਈਸ ਬਿਊਰੋ ਆਪਾਂ UK ਭਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਹਿਲਿੰਗਡਨ ਬੇਸਡ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਹੈਗਾ। ਹਿਲਿੰਗਡਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਸਰਵ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਅੱਜ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਫੂਡ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟ ਬਾਰੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਮਦਦ ਲੈਣ ਲਈ 0808 278 7893 ਤੇ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਉਮੀਦ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵੀ ਪਸੰਦ ਆਇਆ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਵੀ ਪਸੰਦ ਆਈ ਹੋਏਗੀ। ਹੋਰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲਈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰੋ ਐਂਡ ਡੂ ਰੀਚ ਆਊਟ ਟੂ ਦੈਮ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਸਮਾਪਤ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਦਿਓ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ। ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ। ਡੂ ਲੁੱਕ ਆਫਟਰ ਯੋਰਸੈਲਫ। ਹੈਵ ਅ ਲਵਲੀ ਟਾਈਮ।
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੁਣ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਪੰਜਾਂ ਦਰਿਆਵਾਂ ਦੀ ਤਰਜਮਾਨੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਆਕਾਸ਼ ਰੇਡੀਓ।